Hello plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys I'm going to share with you some of my 5 favorite plants for the month of September. So let's just jump into it. Wow guys, before I can even go in and show you these 5 top plants that I'm crushing on right now, I can't believe that we are at the end of September moving into October. Honestly, you guys, like, really, where did the year go, right? Here we are about to approach holiday season and going into the fall and winter season. I mean, this spring and summer just flew by. But y'all comment below, let me know, hey, what's going on with 2023? But let's jump in. I picked these 5 plants because, well, actually, like I said before, I don't know if I said it, but you know, it is challenging picking your favorite plants when you have a large collection. So one of the things that I've noticed that helps me decide on which plants to showcase and show you guys is really when I take note of the plants that I've been giving extra attention to throughout the month, or the ones I've really been looking at the longest or really admiring them for whatever reason, and that's usually how they wind up being part of the list. So let's just jump into it. This time I can honestly say there's actually 5 different species, variety of plants, which is super exciting. I am trying to be a little bit more mindful of trying to switch it up, you know, but we love what we love in the period that we love them, but I just didn't want to oversaturate or overdo a particular species. Like, I know sometimes I can overdo it with a Hoya from time to time, even though Hoyas are like one of my top tier favorites next to philodendrons, honestly. But let's just dive right in. So the first plant I'm going to share with you guys is actually my Pialea grandifolia, not the coral variety that I've been raving about, but this smaller green baby version that I have right here. Now, it doesn't look like much because when I actually got it, you guys, it had 4 or 5 stems or whatever, and you know, I've been having an up and down battle with this particular one. Honestly, Pialeas, between this one and the coral variety, even though the coral one has been the fastest grower because I've actually brought those plants at the same time, and this one has been pretty much staying the same size. It's grown some, but then I've lost a lot of stems, which is fine. But what really drew me for this plant, that got me to actually admire it, is in hindsight, I guess a positive out of a negative situation. Even though I did lose a lot of stems, I like the style or the way that it's cascading or hanging over. It kind of gives me like a bonsai vibe. And then I have this little baby trying to emerge from the bottom out of nowhere. But I also love the beautiful dainty flowers, blooms that they give me is very beautiful. So, and on top of that, I like the color of the green. It kind of reminds me of parsley a little bit, but it's so beautiful and whimsical, and it's, I don't know, I just think it's cute the way it is growing. Even though I lost a lot of stems, it's almost like I planned it to be that way, but it happened to work out that way. So from, as y'all can see, the way the stem is bowing, you know that I'm having this part up against the back, and so it's reaching for the light, which I kind of like the look of it. It's very beautiful, but this is also a very thirsty plant, you guys, and you know, I only recommend you actually buying this plant if you can really manage I guess maintaining the water regimen for this plant. Although I gotta say, I think this plant probably would do very good in a self-watering pot. I just haven't gotten there yet. I don't even know if I would want to do that. I just like it in this plant. It just gives me all the beautiful earth. I don't know. Nature as a whole is beautiful. But yeah, one of my favorites. My next one, you guys, of course, you know, I had to have a Hoya on here. Let's just be real. I had to have a Hoya. This one is really on my top list because I've had this Hoya for roughly over a year. When I got it last year, it was right in the midst or beginning of the growing season, and it literally did no growing for me. Even though I thought I had this plant in prime conditions. And I understand sometimes when you bring plants into your home, we do have to be patient with them. It does sometimes take a year or so for them to actually pick up and grow. So I wasn't really mad at the plant. It's just that I admired the leaf structure of this Hoya so much till I was just anticipating or very eager to see it grow. So this is one of the Hoyas that I actually put outside for the growing season, and I'm so glad I did, because that sun just turned on the switch with this plant as far as growth. And let me just pick it up because it's top heavy without trying to break it. And this is my Hoya Trubiana. You guys, let me pick it up. I'm going to show y'all the whole plant. But we got it in this planter. But you guys, darn. All I can say is dang, right? Like, this plant is nice. I mean, seriously, this Hoya is nice. Don't it look like it could be like some jalapeno peppers or pepper vibes or something in a garden like? And that was one of the reasons why I really love this plant, because, guys, look at the shape and size of the leaves. I love that elongated look. Look at that. It is as long as my hand. And they are so thick. Oh my gosh. And like I said, I was apprehensive, extremely apprehensive when I did this makeshift trellis. I brought it up a lot because when I put it outside, what happened is it started growing the tendrils, and then all of a sudden all these leaves. And I gotta say, honestly, to be honest, and I have to gauge it, before I put this plant outside, probably right here, you guys, is where it stopped. So all of this, I gotta say, all of it is pretty much new growth, as well as this right here. But guys, if you're not a Hoya lover at this point, this plant should make you love a Hoya. Really, it's like, love me or leave me, baby. I don't know, but I'm not leaving it. I'm definitely loving it, and it's just, oh, God dang it. Wow, this is nice. Like I said, Hoya Trubiana, you guys, if you don't have it, I strongly recommend you getting this. And once again, I did get this plant from the plant farm, and like I said, I gotta say, they no sponsorship whatsoever over here. I'm just being honest that particular plant place really do have some quality plants. My only gripe with it is not really with the grower or the business itself. It's just the cost of shipping that usually be the killer factor for me. Really makes me so when I go there, it's like a specialty time because of that, unfortunately. If I probably was a little bit closer, I don't know, living to them, because I'm on the opposite side of the country, so I don't know if that's the impact or reason for the shipping cost. But the shipping cost, I've noticed, is more expensive for some reason than other places that I order from online, and I really don't know why that is. But if it was different, I probably really would be buying from them all the time, because they do have very good shipment. Their plants don't really take long to arrive. Like I said, they're very well packed. Honestly, every plant that I've honestly purchased from that website or that business, I still have part of my collection. I'm actually thinking about it. Honestly, I don't want to, it's not because of me. I don't believe it's because of me, because I'm a human being and I can make mistakes, but none of them have died. So I just think that sometimes with growing our plants too, outside of us making mistakes, that sometimes it is part of maybe the genetic or makeup of the plant, or maybe possibly where or how the plant has been growing. But yeah, like I said, I've never had an issue. Knock on wood, hopefully that stays the same, but never had an issue with the plant. So if you haven't checked them out and you're looking for different types of plants, they definitely have a nice selection out there. Just go out there. Or if you live out Spokane, Washington, good for you, because I wish I was there. I probably would travel there. But yeah, on to the next plant. That's enough of that. The next one, you guys, I want to share with you is actually a peperomia of mine that I also had like a love-hate relationship, but I am loving it now. And it's this beautiful raindrop peperomia. Okay, you guys, I've had this plant for 2 years, and I think I'm finally getting it to a place where I'm understanding the plant. Now, something happened when I got this plant. This plant did grow, and it shot up real tall. I wish I had a picture of it so I could show y'all, but unfortunately, I know I never took a photo of this plant. I probably should have, but throughout my journey with the plant, one of the things is I noticed about this particular baby is you have to make sure you maintain the water regimen for this plant, whatever it may be. And through the process of me actually learning that, what happens as we learn, my leaves was falling left and right. And so I had literally probably, I want to say this portion up. And I mean, it was really tall, but all leaves, just one stem and just no leaves. I didn't like to look at it at all. And so I said, you know what, in an effort, what I did in the beginning of this growing season, right before spring actually started, I chopped it and I actually propagated this portion because I wanted it to be a little bit more closer to the pot. And I'm so glad I did, because when I did that, it activated some new growth from the remaining little shoot that I left inside the pot. Hence why you see all of these at the bottom, which is actually emerging and growing. And so it's surrounding the stem here. And ever since I've done that and put it back, I don't know, I just look at the shininess of this leaf. I have it sitting actually on the windowsill in my kitchen, so it's not really getting that much light because it is being obstructed a little bit from a tree that's in between my home and my neighbors. And so it's getting that subtle, bright, dapple light, and it's loving it, you guys. As long as I remember to water this in a proper time, I won't lose the leaves. I will have to keep that in mind. So usually I can tell, like right now, I watered this probably 2 days ago, and so it doesn't need any water. One, as you can see, the leaves are so beautifully thick, but well, beautifully green and shiny and healthy, but the leaves are really thick. You can bend them. They're not like a hard bend like a Hoya, but you will feel when it's well watered, you can feel the resistance in it, so to speak. And so that's one indicator. Also, like I said, the leaves are thick, so the leaves will also become a little thin outside of me actually putting my hand in the soil to test it. And I think the dark green from the leaves really pairs well with this pot. I just have it, it's my decorative pot because it's no drainage hole on the bottom, but I just have my little, it's like my 4-inch, can't even take it out. Yeah, my little 4-inch planter. And I know that their roots, because even though the stems on the plant is robust, their root system is very fine. They like to be cramped, so I don't really see me taking it out of here no time soon. And once again, if it does happen to get tall again and I lose some lower leaves and it start not looking as aesthetically pleasing to me, I'll do the same thing. I'll just chop it, propagate it, and put it back in here and just start it over. But I really like the compact look to it, and I'm really loving the way that it grew all these babies around it. I guess this is the closest thing that I'll be able to grow in regards to like the Pilea peperomioides, because that thing is pretty much dying in my collection no matter what I've tried to do. So this one is a little bit more, in my personal opinion, a little bit more forgiving because it has the beautiful heart shape or teardrop, but I like the little dot too, and that was kind of like what drew me to that money tree plant that I'm killing so nicely. But I love this one. Now my next one, you guys, I'm just liking it because, and I wanted to take this opportunity to actually showcase this plant because I don't know what it's going to do as we approach October and November. And this is my Alocasia Dragon Scale. You guys, let me give you a panoramic view. I mean, seriously. And look at the top. This plant, it has been growing for me, as you can see. And this one, okay, this is actually the latest leaf that it just grew. And I have a lot of little baby leaves that's growing out of here. So I think it's like multiple shoots. This thing has been constantly blooming for me, even though I've been cutting the blooms off. I've been wanting to try to get into actually doing the pollination, but I'm just holding off from it for now. One of the key things for this particular plant is you have to maintain the moisture, hence why I decided to put it in a self-watering pot. It's been a game changer for my life, and also too, this plant likes a lot of light. So I do know that alocasias are typically known for drawing back a bit, going dormant, extremely dormant during the winter time as far as leaves falling and things like that. I'm hoping to heavens that this will not be the case. I had this plant last winter time, and none of the leaves actually kind of like fell off or anything like that, but it was not growing, which is fine. So even if I'm able to just keep these leaves until the next growing season, I'll be okay with that. One of the things, I did have it underneath my Sansi light right here last year, so I kind of moved this plant. This plant is like literally near a window, so I'm hoping that it has been near a window since this entire growing season, so hopefully I'll be able to maintain the structure of this plant. Y'all let me know if you have the Alocasia Dragon Scale, and if it dies back for you, if you are one of those people that experience all 4 seasons, if so or if not. But I do think that also too, because of my heating system I have in here and it being a closed space, that I am able to maintain that adequate amount of temperatures. But once again, you guys, we will definitely see. So moving on to my last and final plant, but definitely not the least favorite of them, but I'm really proud of this one, is my Monstera. The Monstera subpinnata. This is the epitome of jungle vibes and cool vacations. I am loving this plant. I had it currently actually in my dining room. And it was in between 2 of my Sansi lights, but because I also have right now my outrageously growing, what's that, Philodendron gloriosum, I believe, it is blocking a lot of the light. Unfortunately, I'll have to probably figure out another place to put that plant, but I have moved this plant where it's getting some direct light from my Sansi light, and only getting light, artificial light. It's not really getting very much natural light at all, and it's pushed out. Let's see, as you can see right here, this leaf has not even finished unfurling, so this one is a new leaf. The leaf before that was actually this one, and I want to say the other one was here, but I mean it's bare down at the bottom, which is fine. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence. You know, I figure, you know me, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I would love to have this vibe right here actually down here as well. So I'm not sure if I would. I'm just going to let it grow for now, and if I make a decision to actually chop it and prop, I probably won't do this particular plant baby until next growing season. My gut is saying to go ahead and wait, even though I do propagate during the winter time. It's just that I don't know what the going price is on this plant now, but I know it was like subtle up and down. I got this plant when it was at a good affordable price for me, and you know, the plants are like the stock market. One day they're up, one day they're down. So I don't really know what the price is for subpinnata right now. It's just that I know with Monsteras, sometimes from time to time they can be pretty pricey. So I don't want to really risk it with the propagation, even though I do believe that it could be quite successful, because I want to show you guys something that I've noticed this plant definitely have. I don't know if you see that bump right there. They have some nice beginning aerial roots, like some right here. So I know if I was to chop it, it really probably would root well, but I think I would feel a little bit more confident and comfortable if I just wait till the growing season. But y'all let me know if y'all have this plant. It's so beautiful. I love the structure of the leaves. The color of the leaves, like I said, is actually the epitome to nice, beautiful vacation somewhere, I don't know, in the Bahamas or something like that. Bermuda Triangle, who knows, but it definitely gives me that vibe, and I love plants that can take me away mentally from all the stress and burden in the world, and this is just one of them that really matches that for me. So that pretty much wraps up this video, you guys. You know how I am about my plants. I can go on and on and on. Don't want to bore you guys to death, so we're going to end it right here. Y'all comment below. Let me know if you have any of these plants, if you share the same passions and love that I have for any of these plants that I've selected to showcase for y'all today. Please let me know. And keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, you know what to do. If you haven't, please subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. You guys have not been subscribing. I know y'all have been watching, but no one has been subscribing. So if you could please hit that button. It's just free. I appreciate your help. Push those thumbs up, you guys. It's really been helping get my channel out to new faces, new places, and new conversations. So I appreciate that. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, you guys. And until next time, much love. Bye.